All righty. Did everyone get a chance to check out the street sweepers? Well, hopefully you'll get to do that afterwards. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for this very exciting day in Prince George's County. I'm Allison Wilson, Director of the Office of Communications for Prince George's County Executive Angela Also Brooks. And we are so pleased to launch our new countywide street sweeping initiative today, which you're going to hear all about in just a minute. A few housekeeping notes first, though. For members of the media, we will have time for you to speak with the county executive and everyone else you hear speaking today after the conclusion of the program. You've probably also noticed that we have members of the community here, residents who will soon see sweepers in their neighborhoods. So we hope, yes, let's clap for that. Yeah. So we certainly encourage you to spend some time talking to them as well. So earlier this year, in advance of a meeting in Riverdale, my office produced a small booklet that highlighted the investments and the work of the Also Brooks administration on stormwater management infrastructure development and improvements. And one statistic that the Department of Public Works and Transportation sent over that jumped out at me in a section about reducing sediment and trash in our drains and channels was that the county's Office of Storm Drain Maintenance had cleaned more than 74,000 linear feet of storm drain pipe and 29,600 linear feet of roadside drainage ditches in the 2023 fiscal year. So I did the math, and that is the length of 299 Northwest stadiums, recently known as FedEx Field. So here we are today, right? Adding to our county's commitment to infrastructure resilience with this new program, which is critical to source reduction, tackling the cleanup of litter and other debris before it can even reach our drainage ditches. An important complement to the amazing work already underway by this administration. So now you're going to hear all about it, starting with our visionary and amazing county executive, Angela Also Brooks, followed by Michael Johnson, our Director of Public Works and Transportation. Then Carol Jones from the Suitland Civic Association, Director of the Department of the Environment, Andrea Crooms, Ruby Stimley from Eco Latinos, Maryland State Senator Nick Charles, and Prince George's County Council Member Sydney Harrison. Madam County Executive.
Well, good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, you sound a little bit, it's so beautiful out here. Can you muster just any more energy than that? Good morning. Okay, there we go. A little better. I want to first say thank you so much to Allison for the introduction and for bringing us all together today, and how exciting it is for us to launch our new street sweeping program, which really promises to do so much more than just clean our curbs. Many years ago, as I was coming into office, I said, we need a street sweeping program. We got to get out and make sure that we are doing everything we can to keep our community safe. And I especially want to say thank you so much to our Department of Public Works and Transportation Director, Michael Johnson. Thank you so much to Director Johnson. I also want to thank our Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, Floyd Halt, for his leadership. And I would be remiss if I didn't say to Olushe Olubinye, thank you so much for what they have done. They are just doing really a marvelous job, as well as we're represented today by some of the team members you're going to see out in your community. So you all give a round of applause, please, for the ladies and gentlemen from the Department of Public Works and Transportation who are going to be really doing a great job with this program. Want to just say thank you so much to all of them as well. I know we also have Director Croom here. Want to say thank you so much to Director Croom for her leadership at the Department of Environment. And so from the beginning, we have really kept our eye on the issues and the priorities that matter most to Prince Georgians. And our proud priorities represent our commitment to build and maintain a 21st century county government that makes life better for Prince Georgians. Our key priority has been beautification, which means reducing litter and improving the health of our environment. And to get this done, you should know that we have invested tens of millions of dollars into programs and initiatives that clean up Prince George's County. You know, they say your budget reflects the priority. And you will see in our budget, we have spent millions and millions of dollars investing in beautification and cleaning our communities. In addition to planting thousands of trees, cleaning up thousands of tons of litter, and partnering with civic-minded Prince Georgians across the county, we've worked so hard to create a new residential street sweeping program. This new program helps us to make major progress on key residents, a problem that residents really care about. It's litter. Now, every time I talk about cleaning up, I also have to take a moment to say something that I think is really important. It's what I want you to repeat as well. It is true that we are spending taxpayer dollars to beautify, and I have to set that aside, to clean up, because those are two different concepts, to clean up our community. But I want us to remind our residents that litter does not grow like grass. It just doesn't. It's put there. And it is my great desire that at some point we will be able to use your taxpayer dollars to not clean up after others. We want people to really be engaged in it. I should also thank Vice Chair Sidney Harrison, who is here today. I want to thank him and the council for their leadership and for the tremendous work they've done and the great partners they have been as well. Now, it takes all of us working together, being mindful of our community and our neighbors, and yes, even our families, to stop litter. There isn't a street sweeping program on earth, I have to tell you, that can be effective unless we also do our part as community members. So this new program goes so much further, however, than just cleaning up trash on the street. Our residential street sweeping program will also clean up county roads and our rivers at the same time. We're launching the first phase of our new street sweeping program soon, and it's on Tuesday, September 3rd. And I want to remind all of us to visit mypgc.us/sweep. I also want to thank the Office of Community Affairs, Community Relations, and Unisha Davis, our director, who is here. You'll see them around. They're going to be receiving a lot of the feedback about this program. And what you can do is enter your address, and you will be able to see the full street sweeping schedule. And this will help you to know when you need to move your car or your trash cans if sweeping occurs on the same day as your trash collection. Did I thank Senator Nick Charles? Senator Nick Charles is here. Thank you so much as well, Senator. Now, we're all familiar with street sweeping, but did you know that this simple step can actually help protect our air quality, waterways, and even our homes? According to the Environmental Protection Agency, roadways accumulate pollutants that, when combined with stormwater, impact water quality. Roadside litter and toxins on our streets can create a risk of flooding. Nitrogen and phosphorus from fertilizers and curbside litter can damage water quality in streams and rivers. And so our roadways drain into major bodies of water like the Anacostia, the Potomac, and Chesapeake Bay. So street sweeping activity, it actually removes these toxic pollutants from the environment, minimizing the amount of pollutants that threaten our water. So street sweeping also helps us to stop tracking roadside pollution from our shoes into our homes. But not all street sweeping machines are created equal. This is where Prince George's County comes in. You're going to hear the great story in just a second here. Older style mechanical sweeping machines can actually reduce air quality, and they fail to pick up smaller, fine-grained sediment that travels furthest. So newer regenerative air cleaners can pick up very, very small particles, as small as 10 microns in diameter, barely visible to the eye. So this is where our leaders came into play. They knew that not any old street sweeper would do for Prince George's County. I want you all to know that we have the kind of leaders who took the time from Public Works and Transportation. Director Johnson and his team actually did the research, and they acquired regenerative air cleaners, which work to dislodge this fine dust from roadways and store it in a vacuum tank. Studies show that our new street sweeping machines are ideal for pollutant removal because most of the pollutants we want to keep out of the air, out of our homes and our rivers are very small. This new street sweeping program promises to deliver cleaner streets, cleaner homes, cleaner air, rivers, and streams across our county and our region. And guess what? We are just getting started. So in phase one, we're targeting zones along the western side of Prince George's County. But in phase two, we'll continue to roll out our street sweeping program countywide. We plan to begin phase two of our street sweeping program next spring. So I want to just again thank everyone who's here today, and most especially want to thank all the individuals who have been a part of so much progress. The street sweeping program is one that does enhance and benefit our county where litter collection and beautification are concerned. But we are also, as a county, a leader in the area of climate. I want to thank again Director Crooms and others. We have so much now in terms of the work that we're doing to keep our air clean, to keep our water clean. We know with our countywide, Prince George's has the only countywide composting program in the state. We have so many so much ingenuity, and we are really breaking ground in so many areas. We're a real leader. So don't be surprised if others begin calling. They want to know, I'm sure, about this regenerative air machine that we're using and how and what our progress has been. So thank you so much as well to all of our leaders who are here today. I see my favorites are here from Suitland. Want to thank them for being here today. And thank you for all the leaders and all of the other members who are here today. And I guess next in the program, I'm going to introduce Director Michael Johnson to please come to the podium. And would you all give him a round of applause? He's done such an excellent job.
Well, it's a very exciting day. Finally, street sweeping is coming to residential street sweeping is coming to Prince George's County for the first time in 30 years. And we have been working on this for more than a year, putting this together. So, thank you for coming to be with us for this preliminary rollout. I want to recognize our county partners from civic and home associations, community advocates, other stakeholders who have supported this effort. And I'd like to give them a round of applause because nothing that we do in DPW&T works without community involvement. Excuse me, my. So I also want to thank the county executive for her strong support and vision. The Department of Public Works and Transportation shares her vision for a vibrant and clean community. Residential street sweeping is just another step towards making that vision a reality. I'll just give a little anecdote before I go on. I was talking with the guys who are running the machines. Now, prior to us starting the program on Tuesday, we wanted to test the routes, have the drivers test the routes, make sure that they understand the routes, they know how to sweep, with whatever they're dealing with, and sort of just, work out some of the kinks. They told me that they swept in the test about 85 of our streets, and that's a minor number, very small number of total streets. And our tractor picked up nearly 1 million pounds of garbage, of litter, from the curbs, just from that by the end of November. So that gives you an idea of what really is possible in terms of the cleanliness that the county executive mentioned and what is possible for Prince George's County. And that's why we are really doing this program. So I think that's really like an excellent achievement there on their part. Thank you. So residents have made it clear that clean communities are a priority, and this is why the county executive has dedicated resources to taking action to ensure that our neighborhoods are well maintained and environmentally friendly. Residential street sweeping will help to reduce the amount of litter along our roadways and keep much of it out of our water bodies, pristine water bodies, which are really important to the state of Maryland. As you can see, right, these 5 machines that we have here around us really are indicative of the fact that we are ready to sort of support this effort in a meaningful and positive way. So we have made strides in our community, and I'm sort of proud to say that our department is responsible for maintaining more than 2,000 miles of county roads, as well as bridges, public transportation, storm drains, and things of that nature. And in the phase 1, for the program, which will begin on Tuesday. We will be sweeping 717 curb miles every 5 weeks. So our sweeping year will run from the middle of March to the middle of October. Because the sweepers use water to lubricate the brushes, you really can't sweep, you really shouldn't sweep when it's too cold, otherwise you'll have problems with ice. So we'll have 2 sweeps this year, and we'll be doing that 717. We're really looking forward to the metrics that will come out of that. We're really confident that this will make a meaningful dent in the amount of litter that is found at our curbs. We held, in preparation for this, we also held a few town halls, 3 town halls. And during the town halls, we had hundreds of residents who participated, and many asked very good and hard questions. Some of the questions were, will my vehicle be ticketed or towed if I'm unable to move it off the road? The answer is no. We're not going to ticket or tow. If your vehicle is blocking the sweeper will sweep around it. We will go around it. And we hope the next time when we show up in your neighborhood, you've moved the vehicle so we can sweep. What are the hours of operation? We'll be sweeping from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Monday through Friday in different zones. I don't see any signs in my community. Does that mean that my street will not be swept? We will sweep all residential streets that have curbs and gutters. So if you have those, if the street has those, they will be swept. And you can find your sweeping zone at mypgc.us/sweep. And that can confirm your zone. You've probably seen signs like these in your neighborhoods, right? So you can see the URL is at the bottom. Please go there and you can find the sweeping zone, and that will sort of tell you when to move your vehicle. The Department of Public Works and Transportation is committed to working with all stakeholders to provide effective and efficient street sweeping service well beyond day one. And while we're starting on the 3rd, in phase 1, with 11 sweeping zones. In the spring of 25, which around the middle of March, we will be sweeping out the full county, which is about 24 zones, and more than 1,500 lane miles of roads every 5 weeks. So that is more. Let's give some context. Our large county that's nearby us, who I won't name, that's similar to us and likes to compete with us, but we think we're better than them. In fact, we know we're better than them. They sweep about 4,400 lane miles over just 3 months. So they sweep, I think, starting in April, May, by June, July, they're finished, and that's it. We're sweeping 1,500 every 5 weeks for 28 weeks. So that's a big deal. That is a huge commitment and a huge undertaking. And we thank the county executive for supporting us and helping us to get the machines and the staff that we need to sort of do this. Residents who need assistance in accessing the street schedule, there are a couple of ways that you can get this. The first is to call PGC 311, and the operators there have information that can sort of help you find your zone. And you can also send us an email. The email is streetsweeping@co.pg.md.us. That's streetsweeping@co.pg.md.us. If you send us an email and you're confused about your zone, just give us your address. We'll work with you to help you find what your sweeping zone is. You can also go to the website and sign up for notifications. And how the notifications will work is that if you put in your address, you will get an automated notification 48 hours ahead of your sweeping day telling you your sweeping day is Monday or Tuesday. Please remember to move your cars. You'll also get, as you get closer to your sweeping day, further notifications up until your day. We want to do as much as possible to help you, to help us sweep the streets. So again, thank you for your participation this morning. It's really wonderful that so many people turned out, and we're really thankful to everyone who has worked hard for the past year within our team and with our stakeholders to make this a reality. So thanks again. And the next speaker, I'll ask Ms. Carol Jones from the Suitland Civic Association to come up and give us a few words.
Street sweeping. I just want to thank you for the introduction and once again say good morning. I first want to thank Director Davis and the OCR team for thinking of me and presenting me with an awesome opportunity to represent our amazing and soon to be more beautiful Suitland. I have been a resident of Prince George's County for most of my life. In other words, I'm a long-term Prince Georgian. For the last 12 years, I have dedicated my time and service to the Student Civic Association, and now I serve as the presiding officer. My wonderful neighbors and I have stopped fading, and we have not lost the faith that we, Suitland, will not be left behind. So we are truly thrilled about this sweet, I get tongue-tied when I say this together. We are truly thrilled about this street sweep initiative, and I can't begin to count the number of times my neighbors and I have called 311. And yes, we have the case number. And we have made sure that our people are familiar with 311 and how to use it to assist them in any situation. Our association has participated in Clean Up, Green Up, Growing Green with Pride, and we have removed many pounds of litter from the street. Prince Georgian and residents of Suitland fully understand the importance of removing debris and pollution from our streets. We know that only we can ensure clean water, cleaner streets, and a living and thriving Anacostia River and Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake Bay, we had previously worked with the Rain Barrel grant several years ago, and we were able to install over 30 rain barrels for our neighbors. Thank you. It was a big project for us. The sweeper program is severely needed. It is badly needed, and I thank you because as the Suitland Civic Association, we have had requests for this on numerous times. County Exec Arthur Brooks and your thrifty administration, we thank you for getting the job done. I know this new program is a step in the right direction, and Suitland will shine better because of it. Trash begets trash, and we believe that people will think twice now about litter. I urge my neighbors to move their cars and quit littering. Together, we can make Greater Suitland even greater. Thank you, Prince George's County government, and thank you to our county exec, Angela Arthur Brooks, for all that you do. Next on our agenda, we will have the Department of Environment Director, Andre Crooms. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Andrea Crooms. I'm the director of the Department of Environment here in Prince George's County. And one of the things that the Department of Environment does is talk to our residents about why the environment is important and try to make it so that we don't have litter on the ground as if it's growing on grass. So I'm going to tell you a story about what Prince George's County looked like in the 1500s and the 1600s that tells you why these regenerative sweepers are so important. So the Mattaponi Indians had a story about the Bladensburg River, basically where we have Bladensburg Waterfront Park. And they said that if you shot a single arrow into that river, you would be able to collect 6 fish on that river. Similarly, when the first European settlers came to Prince George's County, they described the river as being so full of sturgeon that the water was silver with the fish that were coming out of the water, and literally wrote back to the people at home that there was enough food in our area to feed the entire country of England. That is the world that this used to be. The water that we have here is the water that we depend on. The water that we have here is the water that we drink. If we're not drinking it now, we will drink it tomorrow. We will drink it in a year. Our children will drink it. Our grandchildren will drink it. Our children 1,000 times over will drink it. And so we want to rebuild that. The unique thing about these regenerative sweepers is not only do they pick up the trash that we absolutely must get out of the water, but they pick up the sediment. When people originally came here and when the settlers originally came here and when the Native Americans were living here, we had all of these deep water ports that were 40, 50, 70 feet deep. Bladensburg Port was one of the largest shipping centers in the colonial United States. It was 72 feet deep in 1780. It was 40 feet deep in 1822. It's 4 feet deep now. That is the dirt that is on the ground. So these sweepers not only pick up just that trash, but they're picking up all of that dirt, all of that soil, all those things that would be running into our water. They are helping us to re-deepen those rivers. They are helping us to restore this land. And so there's a real story to this. Not only should you not litter, because we don't want these things in our bodies, but we have set up a program that really starts to restore us to where we were and bring back that beauty that all of us recognize here. I mean, it's gorgeous here anyway. I live here because it's the most beautiful place that I could find to live. But I just want you to think about how that fits into the larger environmental picture of what an amazing place we live in and what it can be as we continue to work together to improve our local environment. I do want to give two tiny requests to folks. One of them is to think about your sweeping day and your trash day. If it is your trash day on your sweeping day, if you look it up or if you see the lovely sign and you're like, oh, my street is being swept on Tuesday, that's also my trash day. Please make sure that when you place out your trash can, that you're placing it on the curb, not in the street in front of the curb. That's going to make it much easier for the sweepers to be able to get through. We're asking our trash haulers to do the same thing. So after they collect your trash, they will be setting the can neatly on the curb rather than in the street to make sure that our sweepers can get through. The other thing is that this is one piece of a huge effort to make sure that we are beautifying our community. And so I encourage you to look at our other programs. We have trees available. We have water gardens available. And we have something called the PGC Track Litter app. And it's getting to be the autumn. It's getting to be a beautiful time of year. If you can get a couple of neighbors together to collect some of this trash in your neighborhood, we have a way of you gamifying it and telling us the work that you're doing. So please consider that. Come on our website and look for opportunities to partner with us to build a more beautiful community for all of us. And now I would like to introduce Ruby Stemley from Eco Latinas, who's going to come up and speak to us next.
Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Awesome. Thank you, County Executive Angela Brooks. I follow you closely for many years. And let me tell you, your leadership is truly inspiring. Also, Samantha Howard and Maria Chavez from the Latino First team. Your commitment to expanding community engagement and dedication to the diverse communities in Prince George's County has been outstanding, and thank you for putting them there. I'm Ruby Stemley, founder and CEO of Eco Latinos. Eco Latinos was established with a mission to empowering the Latino communities of the region to actively participate in the fight for environmental and social justice. Having lived in Prince George's County for over 25 years, I fully grasp the challenges our communities face. I am deeply committed to the work we do, from advocating for cleaning waterways to educating our residents, young and old, on sustainable practices. We offer a one-of-a-kind environmental summer camp for high school students of Prince George's County. We connect with our Latino residents through their schools and places of worship. And currently, we are developing an equitable Spanish landscape professional training program on green infrastructure practices. This is a program that is offered to the people that keep their hands on the land and keep our neighborhoods and keep our residential gardens. At the heart of Eco Latinos is the belief that environmental awareness, education, and activism are powerful ways for our vibrant and diverse communities to connect with one another. Much of our work focuses on understanding the devastating impacts that curbside litter and road debris, particularly those containing forever chemicals, have on our waterways. This way is incredibly important. The street sweepers behind us symbolize a critical effort to keep these harmful elements out of our local waters. By stopping litter and contaminants before they pollute our living waters, we help keep our communities greener and definitely healthier. This not only enhances our quality of life, but also protects the wildlife, our ospreys, the herons, our fish, frogs, and turtles, while preserving the beauty and safety of our natural areas. Studies show that Latino households in the U.S. are more concerned about environmental degradation than the average household. For many of us, caring for our Madre Tierra is a way of life, whether we grew up here or in our families, in our countries of origin. As these sweepers become a common sight on our streets, they'll become a part of our community. A sense of reliance will form, and they patrol, and as they patrol our neighborhoods, and soon people will realize that by removing our litter, they'll be protecting our living waters, and by protecting our waterways, they will improve our quality of life. We commend County Executive also Brooks and Michael Johnson, Director of the Department of Public Works and Transportation, for the Sweepers Program, which we look forward to seeing in Latino neighborhoods and throughout the county. We have witnessed the powerful aha moment when people realize that the litter on our streets doesn't go to water treatment plants when it rains. It flows directly into our rivers. You can count on Ecolatinos' commitment to continue to raise awareness about this critical fact, and more on our Spanish-speaking residents and throughout the entire county. Bringing resources and awareness to keep our streets clean reflects the respect we all share to improve the quality of life of our residents. We are excited to support this initiative and look forward to continuing to work alongside our local leaders and residents to create a better, healthier, and greener Prince George's County for everyone. Thank you very much. And now I invite Maryland State Senator Nick Charles.
Yes, indeed. I want to start off by thanking Director Johnson and the entire DPW team for, one, being a strong team player, and for Director Johnson, your great leadership. Second, I would like to thank our county executive, Angela Also Brooks, for always standing in the gap and making sure we keep Prince George's County first, and for making the beautification of our community one of the priorities of her administration. Today we gather to celebrate an important initiative that reflects our commitment to not only the cleanliness, but the beautification of Prince George's County. The launch of this residential street sweeping program is not just a reflection of our dedication to a cleaner community, but a testament to the power of state and county partnerships. With MDOT's delivery of Maryland's litter dashboard, the county's delivery of their litter dashboard, and now this new street sweeping program, our community has no choice but to be beautiful. Just on Tuesday, we celebrated our 2-year anniversary of our countywide monthly meeting with MDOT and DPW&T, which shows true strength and partnership. This started with a lot of issues and complaints coming from residents throughout the community. And every single month since then, the county, residents from all over Prince George's County, and thankful to County Executive Angela Also Brooks for allowing her team to be a part of this important meeting every single month, where residents bring every single issue forward, where we get answers within 30 days from DPW&T and answers every 30 days from MDOT. Collectively, we've seen millions and millions and millions of tons of trash being picked up all over Prince George's County. And not only that can happen through true collaboration and true partnership. And so, as you all know, when it comes to clean communities, it's all about having a thriving community. It enhances not only our quality of life, it boosts our local pride, it contributes to our overall health and the safety of our neighbors. But by launching this street sweeping program, we are taking what I believe to be some extremely proactive steps to remove this debris, the litter, the pollutants from our roads, ensuring that our streets are not only clean, but safe for pedestrian drivers just alike. And so, in order for us to do anything, we have to do it together. Can we say together, everybody? Together. Because together we are Prince George is proud. Can we say that? Prince George is proud. And Prince George is strong. Thank you, everybody. And now I'm going to bring up our Vice Chair, Sydney Harrison.
Good morning. So, I was just having the opportunity to do a little bit of reflection. And we heard from our great county executive and the innovative leadership that she put in place to make sure that our directors and the collaboration between our directors and our county executive were able to bring a vision. Without a foundation, the vision never works. County executive just spoke about 30 years. Now I'm turning 50 within the next couple of weeks. County executive, last time we had a street sweeping program in Prince George's County, I was 20. And I know that when I was raised as a young lad, we used to hear, give a hoot, don't pollute. It was a really ringy, catchy phrase that was instilled into our children and our community. And it's almost that we have to get back to the sense of pride of really caring about our community. County Executive also Brooks, think about that for a second. We've had many county executives since then, many different leadership styles since then. And now we have the first time in 30 years a street sweeping program. And if you look at the saying, it says, keep Prince George's County beautiful one step at a time, one sweep at a time. And that's important. And so, County Executive Officer Brooks, I want to thank you for your commitment in the budget process, because during these last budget years has been very difficult. And to prioritize that, to keep our community clean and safe, making sure that we do our part to keep our Chesapeake Bay clean is very important. Director Crooms just spoke about the sediment that's on the road. Those things are very important because those clog up our storm drains. Then we have flooding. We have all sorts of other issues when we don't do our part as a community. And so the investment that you made here today to make sure that we have a rollout of these street sweeping programs, I just want to say this is probably a very proud moment for me as I serve on the county council. We know that our chair, Jolene Ivy, couldn't be with us today, but she's been very committed to making sure that we did our part on the county council to work with the executive branch to ensure that this day came forward. And so we want to thank you, County Executive, also Brooks, Director Johnson, 2,000 miles of roadways in Prince George's County. And I often say this, Prince George's County is a county, but when you look at our population density of 1 million people, we are the 16th largest city in the United States of America. That's saying something. And so when you look at that, we know that we have to do our part. And so Director Johnson, to all the staff at Department of Public Works and Transportation. I want to thank you all because you all do the work each and every day to keep our communities clean. To our communications department as well, for the Department of Public Works and Transportation, the work that you do to educating our constituents, making sure that they're doing their part as well. We hope that all of our constituents know when their street sweeping day comes, so we don't have to go around the cars. We want to make sure that the investments that we're making, that we're able to get all of our miles clean here in Prince George's County. And we're committed to doing that. One of the things that I have learned is one of the number one challenges that we face, that we hear from the community, is the trash and litter pickup. It's been a huge, what I would say, burden. And County Executive is right. You know, we're making an investment into keeping our communities clean, but as constituents, we have to do our part. So if you see your neighbor, just hit them with the line. They'll remember it. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Harrison, and thank you everyone for coming. Again, for members of the media, we just give us a minute for you guys to get broken down from where you're set up, and we will set you up with interviews with the county executive and anyone else who spoke here today. And we also invite you to take some time to check out the street sweepers if you haven't done so already. There are also refreshments available under the DPW&T tent over here, and please take some time to learn about PGC 311 in the back corner. So thank all of you for coming and have a wonderful day.